I can't remember what vlog it was, but I was on my way to the barber shop and I said something like, something about my barber, like he wanted to talk to me. And I remember someone in the comments was like, what does your barber want to talk to you? And on Snapchat as well, people asked. And I was like, oh, you know what, I'm not even going to say, it's just whatever. So people who know me personally kind of know, but I'm going to say it because I don't think people should be taken advantage of. I think that is really an odd thing for someone that you're going to see in a professional sense to be asking you stuff like that when you... I wouldn't even ask anyone anything like that, to be honest. So my barber, I've been using him for a while, a couple of years now, but maybe 3 years even, probably. I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't remember. And I already had a riff with him already because, for one, he is so bad on timekeeping and it's really unprofessional, and like I could go there at maybe 10 o'clock and there'll be loads of us waiting. He won't arrive till like 11:30. So that one thing that used to irritate me. Anytime I was sitting there and I would be there obviously like in a considerable amount of time, he would allow everyone else to pass, but Junior, just let this person, Junior, just let this person, right, fine, 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 fine. Then on top of that, he used to always take my money. So if I gave him £20, he'd be like, oh, I haven't got change, but next time, innit? And I wouldn't even, I'd be like, whatever, and I'm not even bothered, innit? So that kept happening, and it just got to a point where I just got so annoyed. I was like, just let me think about this is a flipping mess. Like, let me find someone else. So then I found a plan B, like a Portuguese man, and he was really nice, but I don't think that he cut my hair as sharp as I liked, because you know, when you use someone, that's why you shouldn't go to all different barbers, because you kind of get accustomed to one person to the point where I can sit on that chair and he already knows what I want. I don't have to describe it, he just does it, unless I want to switch it up, unless I want to do something different, if I want it a bit lower. But he kind of like, he knows my head, he knows, you know. So I stopped using him and I went to him, and then I didn't like the way that Portuguese barber wasn't really that accurate. So then I used to go to my uncle. And now him, he's alright, but he pushed my hairline back and it took me ages to grow it back, literally. So then that was effed up. So then I ended up going back to the barber. And I kind of just put everything behind. I was like, it's whatever. And then he has this like obsession with one of my friends. And he's always asking about her and blah, blah. And I was like, okay, you got her number, so why don't you phone? It's like, I lost my phone, all this. And then it's only when he asked me no, let me explain what happened now this day, that day that I vlogged my hair. So then he said to me that he's been having problems, that he's so stressed lately and whatever, and I could see it in his face. I was like, what's the matter? And he was like, basically he's trying to get his paper. If you guys don't know what that is, I mean, he's trying to get his stay. I can't like describe it any more than that. I mean, I think that's pretty brutal. So I was like, okay, it's like kind of nothing to do with me. So, I understand you have like a tiny bit of a relationship because people can feel obliged to know you because obviously you've been using them for so long, but I feel like that's super private. I know people just like always telling me about their business. I don't mind, but you know, I would listen. I'll give you advice if you need it, but that's as far as I can do. We're not like friends like that, you know. So he was talking, I was like, oh, okay. Because I'm just trying to get the money for it. I'm trying to get 5 grand. And you know what? The money's not an issue. Money's not an issue. Like, you never believe I had 50 grand in a South African account. I had to close that down, and it's just stress. But like, I can always get money, so it's not an issue. So he was saying money's not an issue, but then he said the price of it. So I was already confused because he was already saying money's not an issue. So what is the problem then? Just pay and do what you need to do to get yourself legal, innit? And then he was like, well, I've got a bit, so I need to just make up a bit more. I asked one client, that's a police officer, told him, and I asked him, he said he'll give me 1.5. I was like, that was the reaction inside. That was the reaction outside. Okay. I was waiting for it. I already knew at this point. And he was like, ask someone else, but and then I'm chasing up this money and I've got these few projects and I know they're gonna work and Nigerian men always have projects. So then I was like, okay. Then he said, and you, like, can you give me anything? And I was like, okay, I wanted to say no straight off the bat, but I wanted to just ask to see how much he said because I actually felt bad. So if he would have just called me a decent price, I probably might have given it to him actually. Although I work very hard for my money, like I work very, very hard. I'm not even joking. So I don't give out money freely like that. Unless you're like really personal to me. Then he said, can you give me £1,000? I looked at this man. I said, oh what? Oh my God! £1,000. My barber asked me for £1,000. I don't care if anyone don't think it's a big deal for me. It's a massive, it's a huge flipping deal. Like, who asks for any amount like that? Who even asks for that type of money anyhow? And anyway, do you think I would have that money to just give to my barber? My barber. I'm sorry. Your paper is not my business. I'm just here to cut my hair. If you're not willing to cut my hair, and if you can't do that, then obviously there's 1,000 and trillion barbers that would be happy to accept my £15. Sometimes 20 if you're good to me. Sometimes 25. The most I paid that man is £25, right? So like, I would help you, knowing me, I would help him in ways that I could probably give him a bit more every time he cuts my hair. That's like my little contribution. But you cannot ask someone outright for £1,000. Are you kidding me or what? Especially when you have no relationship with them or anything. It's like, I'll give it back to you. Like, I just need it for this month. I just need it for this month. I just need it for this month. And I was like, I can't even guarantee that. I don't know you from Adam, to be frank. Don't you? You've been to my house, you know me. No, I don't. I didn't know that you ain't got paper to be cutting my hair. So let's not even go there. I don't know you. Okay. And then, so he said ending of the month. So that was February. And I purposely didn't go to him for the 2 weeks until the month ended. So by the time he said end of the month, I was like, all right, I'll see him when all this shenanigan, all this is over. He would have got his money, whatever. Just cut my hair, innit? So now that rolled to last week. No, last week was like the 17th or something. No, I saw him again. Yeah, 2 weeks after I saw him. And that's the time that I cut my hair that time. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting the dates marked up. But who cares about dates? This is just, it all equates to what happened last week. So, I was like, okay, yeah. So I went to see him again. And then he was like, oh, Junior, so can you do it? Can you do it? I said, oh, no. At the minute, I'm trying to save up for a property. I can't be giving money out like that. So, no. And he goes, anything, any little help, anything. Oh, my God. Me, I was just so stressed. I just wanted him to cut my flipping hair. And then I didn't want him to be angry because I don't know what he's going to do to my headpiece. So I was like, yeah. I will see, innit? Now I left it another 2 weeks. Now this was now last week. And last week I sat down. I phoned him because that's when I went to the doctor's appointment and there was no doctor's appointment. So I was on my way and I was like, I'm coming. Is everyone in the shop? He was like, no, that's nothing. He likes lying a lot. He just says, no, just calm. You're the first person. And then when you're there, 3 people are there. And those people have already been waiting because it's obvious by how long he cuts the person's hair. So then why would you lie anyway? Why can't you just say there's 3 people in the shop? I would have just gone home. Anyhow. So I was like, fair enough. I'm on my way to Subway. Do you want anything? Don't know why I offered. He goes, yeah. He gave me some long ass order, obviously. So then I come into the shop now and there's all these hundreds of people and it's kind of someone's here. I'm like, okay. I didn't even say anything. I just sat down. Don't like all that embarrassment, that little confrontation, that nonsense. So I sat down in my little corner and he goes, So Junior, you got to do that thing for me. Ha! These guys, in front of everyone in the shop. I said, huh? What thing? I mean, I tried to play stupid. He goes, oh, that thing I was talking about last week, you know, that the thing. I said, I don't know. You should ask God. Maybe you should ask God. Seeing as you're so holy, you like going to church, you know, recommending me to go to church, you like to go into Bible study. If God hasn't even helped you with your Bible study, then why the hell you think I'm going to help you physically? Nonsense. I was so annoyed. So embarrassed as well. Then I said, you know, here's your Subway. I was this close to just walking out and going to my Portuguese, my plan B. And I don't know what made me sit in that chair. And then he was like, is this my one? I said, yeah. He goes, thank you. He goes, did you get me a drink? Luckily, I did. I got 2 drenches. But the fact that he even had audacity to ask me was a complete and utter just disgrace. I didn't like it. I thought it was so disgusting, to be frank with you. I thought it was so rude. Oh, sorry. It was so rude, and he didn't have no right in even asking. So then he was like, come up. He was cutting my hair. He was talking. So when would you be able to? And he was like, do you know any flats I can like do? Is it possible that I can like stay with you or whatever? Oh my God, it's too much. Oh my God. I was like, you know what? In my head, I was like, this is the last time I go to this man. I didn't even like my haircut anyway. So, and then it was made me feel like some type of way. It was like, good. I don't know about that Portuguese man too tough because I didn't really like the way he cut my hair then, but that was a while ago he cut my hair. He could have been so much better now. And he's so much cheaper. Oh man, he definitely didn't push my hairline back. My uncle did. But, you know, sometimes for peace of mind's sake, sometimes it just goes to show you that you have to leave the situation, like, no matter, regardless. And you have to leave the people there. Like, he's a nice man, and besides the money and whatever, he does a good job. He really takes time with my hair and stuff, but I don't... There's just some things that is just not worth it. Like, old me would have definitely stayed and, like, tried to do the most for him. And this me, I don't care to because it's none of my business. It's not my business to. I'm there for a service. I'm paying more than I should for a service that you're not even giving me accurately in the first place. And you should be happy with just that, you know? So I don't understand me hearing about your paper and your other client giving you 1,000. I don't understand why that should be any of my business for what you're meant to be there to do. Cut my hair and that's it. I go home about my life and you go home about yours. Jesus. A lot, you know, I'm so, if I tell you, yeah, the tiredness I have for people inside is not even a joke. Like, I'm so exhausted. People exhaust me, absolutely exhaust me. If it's not anyone in this small ass circle that I have, a tiny circle, I can count the people, right? I just can't deal because it's like everyone just finds a reason to take some sort of advantage of. Just annoying. Imagine. Can you just imagine my barber, common hairstylist, have the audacity to ask me for something besides what, that how or hello on my hair, 1, 2 or 3. Jesus, that's what you should be asking. Let's let it be a lesson, you guys. Let it be a lesson. I never really used to speak up with stuff like that. I used to just allow it, and even though I haven't told him about himself, I don't need to. He will see what happens when he's lost a customer for good. The first time I left him for a reason, and now this time I should never have gone back to him. But no, that's a fool on me. Second time, terrible. I don't understand what it is with the men in my life. Honestly, fucking hell. Just everything is just a shambles when it goes that way. I can't even cut my hair in peace. Oh, I tell you right now, I'm so self-sufficient. Oh my Lord, I don't need anyone in this space. Jesus, before I just start cutting my hair myself, at least I'll have peace of mind. I'll be saving so much money anyhow. But I'm going to go to the Portuguese barber this week, so we will see how that goes. He called me across the road. It was so embarrassing. He called me. He's like, Junior, where have you been? Like, I was with Howard, and I was like, oh, babe, let's just hurry up and go. It was so embarrassing. How can I go and see him and say hi when I've just cut my hair with someone else? So, I'm just going to be consistent with him. He can have his hands all in his head, please. At least I have peace of mind. He does his job. He asks how you are. He asks me if I've been to Portugal yet, which is going to ask again, and tells me nice stuff. Doesn't tell me all this. Oh, I'm going through this. Oh, I'm going through this. I'm going to need this much. Who do I look like? Honestly. Really annoying. My God. Smooth unnecessary money. Like, who are you anyway? And now I know why he was asking for my friend, because obviously my friend is a citizen, right? So he wants to act like he likes her, when really he just wants passport. He wants his paper. Every time he would bring up that he's stressed. Oh. I know why you're stressed now. And you go to church as well. Now I know why you go to church. Don't go to church for the benefit of going to church. Such people are just crazy, honestly. Crazy. You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Imagine you girls going and do your nails and the nail technician asking you for money. Hey! Oh my God. Imagine. Terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. Hey. Imagine. Go and ask your family to